guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Alexa, and today I will be talking about the 15 books that I read in February. Now I know that I could have posted this on March 1st, but I didn't because I didn't have the time to film it. So I'm now filming it. As you can see, it is now Saturday. I'm posting it tomorrow on Sunday. But yeah, I read February was a very good reading month for me. And March will most likely be a better reading month because I always read a bunch of books in March for some reason. But yeah, let's get into this video. Okay, so I started the month off with probably one of my most anticipated books of the year, which is The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Now, this book was the last book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and the Dreamland Billionaire series was my first Lauren Asher book. Oh, the first, the fine print, the first book in the series was the first Lauren Asher book I had ever read. I've now read every single book that she has written, as I should, because she is an amazing author and I love her. Also, she recently did a face reveal. I keep saying this, but she's gorgeous. I love her. Also, I love her and Larry's friendship from Larry Reads. Anyways, but yeah, I rated this a 5 out of 5 because, of course, it was amazing. Honestly, it was most likely my favorite book in the series, and I cannot wait for the Lakeside Billionaire series. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm really excited because I just can't get enough of her writing. All right, so yeah, I think that was probably my favorite book of the month. Well, one of my three favorites. After that, I finally finished A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab. Now, this book I started it about a year ago right now, and it had been on my TBR forever. Like, I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna finish it this month, and I finally did. And I rated it 3 stars, I think, just because I was not getting tired of the book, but like, I had been reading it for a while. Wait, was it 3? I can't remember if it was 3 or 3.5, but like, just it took me so long to read it. But I'm definitely gonna finish this series. Like, I'm not DNFing this series. I definitely want to finish it. But yeah, this was the second book out of 15, and yeah, 3.5 out of 5. Honestly, the thing, I should start writing down the exact ratings, because since I've started like giving like 0.5 or whatever ratings, or 0.75. Because I just end up forgetting what my rating was, other than like the little Goodreads rating that I have in front of me. Alright, after that I read Fixer, I listened to the audiobook. I finally finished it, the Fixer Up by Tessa Bailey. Now, this was a 3 stars just because it's not Tessa Bailey's best book. It's definitely not my favorite of hers, although I loved the Bellinger series. Bellinger Sisters series. I loved that one. I just didn't love this one quite as much. The romance was cute. There was chemistry between the characters, but I think I'm pretty sure, like, if I can remember, there was like the miscommunication trope, which I don't hate it, which I don't like, not don't hate. Kind of almost like hate it, but it depends, because sometimes if it's miscommunication, sometimes, like, depending on the book, I can forgive it. It can be forgiven, but not this one. Also, it was just weird because the guy kept calling the girl, I forget their names, baby girl, and I was listening to it on audiobook, but it was a female narrator, so it was like, it kept saying like baby girl, like in a very low-pitched female voice, so I kept cringing every time I heard that. So that also, honestly, I think it would have been a 4 stars if I hadn't listened to it on audiobook, but it is what it is. After that, I read a book that I've had since 2020. Since, I think I got it in June of 2020. Which is Love and War by Melissa De La Cruz. Wait. Oh, I thought I was hiding the author's name. Now I'm hiding the series name with my hand. But yeah, I finally finished this one. If you know me in real life, you know that I'm a huge Hamilton fan. I've been a Hamilton fan before the album even came out. I saw a little like 15-minute documentary of it on 60 Minutes, and my family and I, we were immediately huge fans. We've been fans for 8 years now. But yeah, I've watched the musical way too many times. I love how I'm officially outed myself as a theater kid / musical nerd. Anyways, I rated this book think 3.5, 3.75, because I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of historical fiction, but I just want to read as much Alex and Eliza. And I mean, in this book, like, the characters sometimes just frustrated me. And I know it's like their characters in real life, and I'm like, dude, just stop being annoying sometimes, because yeah, I love them in the musical, and I don't know if they would have annoyed me in real life, but in this book they annoy me a tiny bit. Also, ignore how the book is shaking, because I'm holding it with 2 fingers. But yeah, this one is a 3.5, sorry. Keep forgetting the ratings. Now this next book. Oh my god, it was so good. I loved it so much, and it is While We Were Dating by Jasmine Guillory. This book was phenomenal. I think I rated it. Yeah, I did rate it 5 out of 5. Why did I just say I think I did? No, I did. It was so good. I loved it so much. I loved the characters. I loved every single aspect of this book. It was just so good. It was breathtaking. I would recommend you guys go read it. It actually got me out of a little reading slump. I had a little, even though I read 15 books, 3 of them were novellas, so at some points where I was in a little reading slump during the month. Now I read another really good book that I randomly found on TikTok because of quotes. I actually have a Kindle Unlimited TBR of over 100 books because of those little like TikTok videos with quotes, and sometimes it'll like be the 4th book in the series, and I will literally read the entire series for that one quote in the book. And it is Black Ties and White Lies by Kat Singleton. Now this book I had seen a bit everywhere on my For You page. Sorry, I had to sneeze. This book I had seen a tiny bit everywhere on my For You page and my reels. Yes, I do watch reels. It's because most of my reels now are those little like TikToks, reels, quotes, like recommendations, so like for books. So I scroll through reels and add books to my TBR. Never ending TBR. But yeah, I had seen this one like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, okay, I have to read it. I read it for a video actually. And I did. The video's out right now, so go, like, Alexa, future Alexa, put the link here to the video that is the reading vlog that I did where I read only romance for a week, other than my school readings, because I can't not do school readings just to do a video. But yeah, this one I rated a 4.5 just because there was some points where I was like, okay, this is okay, but the rest I loved. Now this next book, I think I rated it a 4.5, but I think it might be a 4.75 now, and that is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. I love Lynn Painter. I read one of her adult books, new adult books, and I didn't enjoy it, but I love her YA books. I love them so much. They're so cute, and I always relate to the main character. I mean, she's only written 2 YA books, but in those 2 YA books, I have always related to the main character, so it's nice, it's fun. And I mean, in most books, I think this one too, she's not a high school senior in this one, but in the other one, the character was a high school senior, so she's my age. I tend to, like, when I read books about high school, I'm like, oh, they're all younger than me, but then I realized that the American school system is different than the school system in my area, so technically in the States, or in any other province, I'd be in my senior year, so at least I can relate to YA characters that are just like me and say, oh, they're my age, that's fun. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I really enjoyed this book. This book was kind of like a Groundhog Day type of thing, where basically the main character loves Valentine's Day. It's her favorite holiday ever. And in the morning she was excited she was gonna go give a gift to her boyfriend and like have a little fun. And then, if I'm right, I'm just gonna make sure, I'm just gonna make sure here, like right there on the, her boyfriend cheats on her, but then, and like, bad things happen to her, like, through and through, and then she goes to sleep, and then she's like, ugh, I just want this day to be over, and when she wakes up, it's Valentine's Day again. And it just happens over and over on a loop until at one point something happens. But yeah, so this, I'm just imagine you have to live that day again and again, like your boyfriend cheating on you. That would be terrible. But yeah, this, like, I think the reason it wasn't a full 5 stars because it was repetitive at some points, and I've heard a lot of people say that same thing, so at least I knew that I wasn't alone. But I love how it was Valentine's Day because I read it on Valentine's Day. After that, I reread. I'm not going to spend too much time on this book just because y'all heard about it in my March wrap up last year. I probably have a full review of it on there. I'm just still going to talk about my thoughts about this book, but yeah. And that is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I love this book. 5 out of 5 stars. I want to have a boyfriend that is like Aaron Blackford. Is that his name? Aaron Blackford? I think so. I love him. I love this. I was about to say a spoiler, but I'm not gonna spoil you guys the book, of course. But this book is just so good. It's summer vibes because I have something every year that is called seasonal depression because I live in a very wintry area. Like, it's March, and yesterday we had a nice sunny day. It was like, I was like, oh my god, it's spring. I wore shoes, didn't even wear like winter boots, and now today it's a snowstorm outside. I'm gonna have to go shovel. But yeah, basically I needed the happiness of summer, and that book gave it to me for those days that I was reading it. Next, I read a Mariana Zapata book, which is probably one of my favorite Mariana Zapata books, and it is Wait For It. Now that I think about it, do I remember anything about this book? Wait, let me just really quickly press on the book. Yeah. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Oh my god, yeah, it was really good. You guys know how I love the single parent trope. This book kind of had it. It was amazing. I give it a 5 out of 5. No, it's probably in my top 4 Mariana Zapata books. I think I've only read 5, but let's ignore that. But yeah, I really enjoyed that book. It was so good. I always enjoy Mariana Zapata books, but yeah, it was definitely up there because I'm trying to read them all in order. But anyways, after that, I read a school book, but I'm putting it here because why not add more books to my wrap-up if I read it for school, and it is The Haunting of Hill House. Now, I don't usually read classics, and I don't usually read horror/gothic novels, but I'm taking a like gothic English class for my gothic literature class for my English class, so I had to read it, and I give it a 3 stars because of the ending. The ending, hated it. I wanted to throw the book across the room. I enjoyed the first 120 pages of the book, 130 pages of the book. Then after page 130, wanted to throw it across the room. I do though want to, once this class is over and I don't have to write any essays because apparently, like, about the book, because apparently the TV show is not the same as the book, I want to watch the TV show. Now after this, I read another one of my really anticipated books of this year, and it is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Now, I loved the first book, and I might have loved the second book even more. I think this might be my favorite one in the Knockmount series. Knockmount. As you know me, I also love small town series. I have so many small town books. I have so many I have so many like tropes that I love, or like specific things in books. Honestly, if someone wrote a like 15 book series about a small town and every single like side character got their own book with like the romance, I would read it, and I would most likely enjoy every single one of those books. In all honesty, if a book is small town, I will most likely adore it. But yeah, after that, I read a book that I had been terrified to read for a while because I love the author, and I'm terrified that I will not like enjoy one of her books at one point. But this book was not a book that I did not enjoy. I loved it. It's not a book, it's a collection of novellas, and now you probably know what the book is, and it is Loathe to Love You. It's a collection of 3 novellas that are all like in the little, like about 3 friends, and then like all their little romances, and it's like 100 pages. If you see here, the lighting is terrible today, but ignore that. One cover is pink, one cover is blue, one cover is green, and for every book annotated it with like a color tabs that matched that novella's cover, because they each count as one book on Goodreads, so technically 3 books. I loved it. The first one, Under One Roof, I rated 5 out of 5. It was so cute. I'd already started listening to it on audiobook, but I just never finished it. The second one, Stuck With You, I rated it a 4.5 just because it wasn't my favorite. I still enjoyed it, but I don't know, I didn't like the premise as much. And the last one, 5 stars, but it was definitely my favorite out of the 3. I loved it. It was so good, and is it my most, I think it's the most annotated out of the 3. Wait, no, I think the first one was the most annotated. At that point, I was just really tired, and I wanted to finish it before I went to sleep, but I had a 8:30 a.m. class the morning after, so I had to wake up at 6 a.m. and I just wanted to go to sleep, but I also just wanted to finish my book, so I was annotating less and reading faster. And now the last book, I enjoyed it. I think I give it a 3.9. Now, I know it's a very specific rating, but it was like almost a 4 out of 5. Like, it was this close from being a 4 out of 5, but it just wasn't. And that book is My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. Now, I enjoyed this Tessa Bailey book a lot more than Fix Her Up, but it wasn't quite a 4 out of 5. I enjoyed honestly for me it was just like a fun quick read, but I didn't feel like it was anything more, I didn't feel myself get overly attached to the characters like I usually do with like books that I rate 4 or like 5 out of 5, 4 and over out of 5. So that's why I didn't give it a 4 out of 5, but like I really enjoyed it though. Like, it was really good, but I wasn't attached to the characters. But yeah, those were the 15 books that I read in this month. Wow, in February, not this month because we're in March now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, commenting down any other video ideas you have, or even subscribing if you aren't already. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will consider reading a book out of these, well, the ones I enjoyed, or not reading a book. I mean, I hope for you that I also won't influence you guys to not read a book if I didn't enjoy it, because opinions are subjective to everyone. Wow, not me saying definitions of the definition of opinions. Anyways, if you want more content from me, you can go in the link in my bio, which has my Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Spotify, Amazon wishlist. I think that's it. I'm not sure. But honestly, I mostly post on YouTube now. I used to mostly post on TikTok and Instagram, and now it's definitely here. But I've been really active in my Instagram stories recently, so if you want just regular content from me, like day to day, you can go on my Instagram. I hope you have a nice rest of your day, weekend, day, evening, morning, whatever time it is. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!